On the news tonight, a state government reaffirms resolve of building sustainable, healthy, livable homeland. Edinburgh government organizes leadership training for youths. 23 persons rescued alive in a Bute Meta building collapse. Philippines fire outbreak kills 8. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround and maintenance of the Edinburgh state economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the evening news on EBS television. My name is Priska Wanko. Edinburgh state government has continued to make concrete efforts in discharging waste heaps at respective points in Oka and Eaton Barons. This is in line with Governor Chukwuma Soludo's resolve to providing a healthy environment as a key to building sustainable, smart mega city and livable homeland. Our correspondent Emmanuel Chibota monitored activities of the government on waste evacuation and now reports.
For the past 1 month, the State Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, and the team of waste evacuation and the silting of drainages, including the Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odimegu, have embarked on rigorous exercise, toiling day and night to ensure a healthy, clean, and aesthetic environment. Speaking after inspecting evacuation of waste along Ngozika Estate Oka, Hausa Quarters Amobia, and Ngenoka Nise, Dr. Ibezim urged the residents to shun indiscriminate refuse dumps, but to dispose their garbages inside the waste bin provided by the government. He advised the people to support the efforts of the governor by being law-abiding.
Onya ka anyị na-ekpochasị ebe niile aje ekpopụta na gọta nya ka a na-ekpopu kịta o nwere ọlụ dị alụ gọọmenti nwekwa ọlụ dị alụ ndị mmadụ ka ndị mmadụ ghara na-atụnyezi ife n'ime gọta onye kechie afịfịa o tinyela anyị na bi na a na-adọbasị kịta.
Speaking, Engineer Kenneth Moneke and the stakeholder from Nise, Sir Shibueze Ubaka, who commended the Deputy Governor for his activeness, urged him not to relent in his efforts to make Anambra a better place to live in, while expressing satisfaction in the desire to restore the state to its clean nature.
It's a very great job that the new government is doing. And we say cleanliness is next to godliness. I have to thank my Deputy Governor for what he's doing, and he's practically on the job. It's not something he delegates somebody. He makes sure he's on ground to fix it. And this is a practical nature.
In a similar development, the state government also embarked on palliative road repair along some dilapidated roads. According to the Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Engineer Ifeanyi Okoma, the government has initiated plans to embark on a holistic intervention on roads in the state.
We are going to do a holistic approach to the road intervention. So we're going to look at all that. Presently, I've inspected some roads. My people are going all over the places, making sure that we enumerate the roads and know how to intervene on them. And you will see a few we've done in Oka, and of course, you can attest to the quality.
In Oka, Emmanuel Chibata, ABS News.
Governor Chukwuma Soludo has urged youth to support leaders that will give them positive direction. Governor Soludo gave the advice during Edinburgh Youth Prayer and Victory Party organized by United Edinburgh Youth Assembly, United Edinburgh Women Assembly, and Edinburgh Mandate for Good Governance. Emmanuel Chibota tells us more.
Addressing the gathering, the governor, represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, said the present administration has the interest of the youths at heart, promising to carry them along in scheme of things. The governor thanked the organization led by the member representing Anambra East and West Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, Chief Chinedu Obidigwe, for their massive support which contributed to his victory, and promised to meet up with expectations of Anambra. Governor Soludo, who described All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, as the party that knows the heart of the people, condemned the reckless bloodshed witnessed in the society, which he said does not in any way define the people nor will solve the current agitation.
The governor, Mr. Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, Igbo ekele ndị ịtọ ekele jụrụ ya ọnụ unu na-anya ka last election si mee jụrụ afụ na ndị Anambra gwuru wee disappoint ya ụwa niile ọ ka mmasị akọwa ya maka ụdị akpa akọrọ last election echere na Anambra ga-abụ before akọrọ ụzọ mana enwee nchịkọta ọnụ mee ka ndị ọma ibe.
On his part, the convener of the program, Chief Obidigwe, thanked United Anambra Women Assembly and Anambra Mandate for Good Governance for standing firm with APGA without compromising their conscience during the last election, adding that Governor Soludo has come for total turnaround maintenance. The federal lawmaker, who appreciated former Governor Willie Obiano and the All Progressives Grand Alliance for giving Indianambra Professor Soludo, maintained that the organization has recorded unprecedented achievements in the past few years, praying that it will continue to wax strong. Chief Obidigwe commended Governor Soludo on the choice of his commissioners, which he said is a true reflection of APGA, urging the youth to give maximum support to his administration. The event held at Professor Dora Akunyele Women Development Center, Awka, had in attendance former Chief of Staff, Mr. Primus Odele, former Chairman of Awka South Local Government Area, Prince Azubike Ilo, and religious. In Awka, Emmanuel Shibata, ABS News.
The Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, has described the state workforce as one of the best in the country in terms of commitment, dedication to duty and productivity. In his goodwill message to mark this year's Workers' Day, Right Honorable Okafor extolled the contribution of the workers to the development of the country, noting that they are the engine, the drivers sectors of the nation's economy. The Speaker will commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo over maintaining regular payment of workers' salary and joined workers to reciprocate the gesture by showing more support to the Soludo administration and upholding the tenets of the civil service. He advised workers in the state to shun arts capable of putting their reputation in doubt, but to sustain those things that they have distinguished among their counterparts in the country. The state #1 lawmaker prayed God to strengthen the workers, enable them to continue to contribute meaningfully towards the peace and progress of the state. The Speaker well commended the State Head of Service, Mrs. Theodora Igwebwe, for introducing wonderful civil service reforms in the state within the short time she has been in the office, enjoying the heads of ministries and other government agencies and departments to give her the necessary support to move the state workforce to enviable heights. A leadership training on the ideology, vision and mission of the present administration has been organized for all youth heads in all communities across Anambra State. The capacity building training, which was organized by the Ministry of Youth Development, has as its theme, setting the right values for a livable and prosperous Anambra State. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has the details.
In our welcome address during the program at the Government House, Awka, the Commissioner for Youth Development, Mr. Patrick Ahamba, said that the objective of the training is for the youth leaders to know and understand the new vision of government, adopt the right values as agents of change, and acquire the positive mindset needed to actualize the vision. Mr. Ahamba reiterated the vision of Governor Chukwuma Soludo, which is a livable and prosperous Anambra State, calling for their collective commitment, passion and dedication to see that the vision comes to fruition.
It is important that the youth are carried along in whatever government has as its vision based on the fact that they constitute over 65% of the active population.
In a keynote address, the Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Mr. Tony Collins Nwabwanne, urged the youth to have positive mindset and be resilient in the face of challenges. Mr. Nwabwanne noted that as a youth leader, they should manage pressure and recognize youth's opportunity, leverage on them, improve self and demonstrate skills so as to become useful citizens.
Today is of the youth. And the governor has made it possible for we, the youth, to be among his cabinet. And I must tell you that there must be change. That's why we're starting on this note, to make sure that things are no longer the way it used to be. You must come down to the level that people will continue to understand and feel the impact of government. Because the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. There is no doubt about it.
Also speaking, our guest speaker, Sir Clement Chukwuka, who is the Managing Director of Anambra Small Business Agency, encouraged them to have diversified knowledge and prioritization, trust in team members, as well as the ability to inspire participants.
If you have a creative idea, I'm telling you now, His Excellency, Professor Udogwana, funding about the issue. It is the youth having the creative mindset on what to do.
Contributing, the Public Relations Officer of the National Orientation Agency in Anambra State, Mr. Anthony Obiora, who spoke on the topic Essential Values for Youth Leaders as Agents of Change, charged them to work towards restoration of security of life and property. In their separate speeches, the Deputy President, National Youth Council of Nigeria, Ambassador Innocent Ndwanya, the Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Youth Wing, Mr. Kingsley Nwabeze, and Ms. Chinasa Orahue of the Nigerian Girls Guide Association commended Governor Soludo and Mr. Ahamba for organizing the program for the youth. From the Government House, Oka, Amaka Chibzo Okoye, ABS News.
The acting managing director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, Mr. Gabe Obaleze, has expressed satisfaction with the progress of work at the ABS Film Village, appreciating the Akelbaland movie production for the constant improvements. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwude reports that the acting managing director had a tour of the film village in company of some prospective investors. His reports.
The investors came to appreciate the new lease of life ABS is enjoying, occasioned by the aesthetics provided by the film village, which has all replica of a typical Igbo setting before foreign influence and urbanization changed all that. At the end of the tour, Mr. Obaleze remarked that the film village has come to stay and will definitely change the face of movie production and also broadcast content of the media station, aside from better telling of the story of Ndibu being harped upon by Governor Chukwuma Soludo.
Each time you visit this place, you will have seen another innovation. And you can see that this administration in Anambra State now is a very lucky one, because this thing is coming just as the Soludo administration is coming into. And it's not just for us. People will come from far and wide. The idea is something that is so big and large that we are not only going to use it for Nollywood and other entertainers, but tourists who will come from outside Nigeria, outside Africa, will visit this place and get the real feel of the African setting.
In his thoughts, Engineer Kenechukwu Ndelemeni said that the film village is a preservation of the Igbo heritage, which will help the younger generation appreciate their heritage and culture from the olden times, while Engineer Patrick Ejike said it was marvelous seeing such a feat in the state. They called for synergy between Igbo story writers and movie makers to better tell the Igbo story, promising to assist when need be.
In simple, conclusive words, it's just a preservation of the Igbo heritage. You know, urbanization has made it in a way that people who were born in the 2000s, let's say from 1995 to 2000 up to this point, they don't have any idea of what the village setting is, and gradually we're beginning to lose a touch of our heritage as Igbo people. So this is like giving us a one-stop place to come and feel good about our culture and every other thing.
It's very impressive. It is a complete package of epic film village. Okay, as you can see, we have seen a lot of things here, and when they finish it, it will be marvelous. Because this is the first time I've seen it in Anambra State, so it's a welcome development.
So we just decided, okay.
Mr. Hero Ikechukwu of Alkebulan Movie Production noted that they started the film village idea in Jos, Plateau State, but decided to bring it down to the east in order to tell the Igbo story better and help preserve the history and culture of Ndi Igbo. He said they also intend providing tourist attraction for the people.
We started this journey in Plateau State, Jos. We moved to Delta State, Asaba. But last year, after election, we just decide how can we be developing other people's states while our own need us. And you know, filmmaking and other Igbo heritage started from Anambra State. So we just decided, okay, we're going to move our component down to Anambra State.
Still to come on the news tonight, 23 persons rescued alive in a Bute Meta building collapse. Philippines fire outbreak kills 8. Here is the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns after this timeout. Stay tuned.
This world is not celebration of life. It is with gratitude to God for life well lived that the families of late Pa Sylvester Nwanole Ike of Ezenaja Mada village and
late Chief Abraham HDK of Ota village, both in Oruku, Idemili North local government area, Anambra State,
announced the death of their beloved mother, sister, wife, grandmother, great-grandmother, mother-in-law, and auntie.
Late Ezinne Maslina Mbankwa Ike, London Omagbala, Ni HDK, aged 90 years.
Funeral arrangements Wednesday, 4th May 2022. Christian Wake at her husband's compound as a Najama Dauruku by 5 p.m.
Friday, 6th May 2022.
7 a.m. lying in state at her husband's compound after a brief stopover at her father's compound. 10 a.m. funeral mass at St. Joseph's Catholic Church Oruku, followed by interment at her husband's compound.
Thereafter, condolences at St. Joseph's Catholic Church Field Oruku.
Sunday, May 8th, Thanksgiving mass at St. Joseph's Catholic Church Oruku.
She is survived by children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, in-laws, sisters, brothers, and many other relations.
Ezinne Maslina Ike, London Omagbala. Nora, you are a wonderful mother indeed.
We love you,
but God loves you more. Rest in the bosom of the Lord.
Signed, family.
Traveling? You deserve the absolute best. Enjoy maximum comfort in our new buses with more legroom, reclinable seats, onboard entertainment, and much more. Pick your preferred seat. Choose your preferred schedule. Travel on your terms. Ready for a premium ride driven by the best captains out there? Book now.
Back to the news. 23 persons have been rescued from the rubble of a collapsed building in the Bute Meta area of Lagos. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, confirmed this in the early hours of Monday. NEMA spokesman Ibrahim Farinloye said of the 23 persons rescued, 7 were children and 16 were adults, adding that the rescued persons have been given medical attention and undergoing psychosocial and trauma counseling. Many people are said to have been trapped in the rubble of the collapsed building, but NEMA said that its operatives have been working all through to ensure help gets to the victims. Operatives of NEMA, the Lagos State Fire Rescue Service, the Lagos State Ambulance Service, Asambos, and the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LASBACA, are currently at the scene of the accidents. According to NEMA, search and rescue is still ongoing. 8 people have died, including 6 children, after a fire tortured scores of homes near the Philippines capital, Manila, local officials said. The blaze, which started around 5:00 local time on Sunday, also destroyed 80 homes. It started on the second floor of a house in a crowded settlement inside a sprawling campus of the University of the Philippines in Quezon City. The cause of the blaze is unknown. Senior Fire Officer Greg Bichada told the AFP News Agency that it took nearly 2 hours to extinguish the blaze. The Philippines is one of the most densely populated countries in the world, and its capital has a large number of residents per square kilometer. Metro Manila, the region which comprises the capital and other cities, including Quezon, has a population of about 13 million people. World Football Body FIFA has fined Nigeria 63.9 million naira following violence that occurred at the Moshi Abiola National Stadium, Abuja on March 29 after the country's failure to qualify for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. FIFA also ordered the country to play their next international match behind closed doors. FIFA, however, gave room for appeal. Hundreds of fans approached the pitch, destroying the technical area and pelting the VIP section of the stadium after Nigeria played out a 1-1 draw against Ghana. We saw the Super Eagles crash out of the final playoffs for the 2022 World Cup on the away goal rule. The violence, according to FIFA, breached Article 16 of the FIFA Disciplinary Committee. A total of 49 countries were either fined or warned by FIFA for misconduct during the qualifiers. It was an emotional moment for the family of Ezoke of Umueze DBA, Ifite Village, Ifite, Agwata Council area of Anambra State, as friends and sympathizers trooped in to condole with the family and pay their last respect to an icon, late Chief Cyril Ikechukwu Ezoke, whose remains were laid to rest. Late Chief Ezoke, who died at the age of 62, was survived by his wife, children, siblings, and other relatives. ABS correspondent Faith Onyemuche filed in this report.
Chief Ezoke, until his demise, was a successful businessman based in Yola, Adamawa State, who dealt on firefighting and safety equipment. He was a devout Christian, an active member of the Anglican Communion. In his sermon titled Jesus is the Way, Truth and Life, during the funeral service held in honor of the deceased, a priest at Emmanuel Anglican Church, Ifite, Reverend Daniel Ibe, said things are going wrong in society because people abandon the right way, which is Jesus Christ. He advised Christians to be diligent in their service to God and humanity, pointing out that anyone who dies in Christ has hope even in death.
Because I am the king.
In an interview with ABS, the first son of the deceased, Mr. Ikenna Ezoke, and the first daughter, Miss Blessing Ezoke, described their father as a very jovial man who accommodated all. They stated that the death of their father created a big vacuum in their lives, but are consoled with the good life he lived, promising to keep up with his good legacy.
He's really a good man, and it's really heartbreaking because I've been with him even when the accident happened, and I spoke with him that morning. So to me, it's kind of like, is it happening? Is it true? But you can't question God. It has happened.
On his part, a younger brother to the deceased, High Chief Tochukwu Ezoke, said the death of his brother is a big blow to the family, assuring that the family will honor his memory by continuing to live in peace and unity.
Other members
of the family who spoke to ABS, including Mr. Nathan Ezoke, Pastor Victor Ezoke, and Mrs. Chemenam Ezenwanne, while recounting the memories shared with their late brother, said they are pained by his sudden demise but cannot question God. Friends and sympathizers, including the royal father of Ezinifite, Igwe Bob Oji, and Mr. Charles Akudolo, among others, took turns to pray for God's protection on the family. Condolence visit by in-laws, friends, sympathizers, and dance by men and women of Emmanuel Anglican Church, Ezinifite, featured at the burial ceremony. From Ezinifite, Faith Onyemuche, ABS News.
Remember, you can follow news and program on ABS in any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television or follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this evening, a recap of the main points. State government reaffirms resolve of building sustainable, healthy, livable homeland. Edinburgh government organizes leadership training for youths. 23 persons rescued alive in a Bute Meta building collapse. Philippines fire outbreak kills 8. Here is the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the evening news right here on ABS Television at this time. Thanks for watching. My name is Priska Wankwo. Have a good night.